Dear students, let us discuss another topic, which is the fourth topic in the structural changes of the chromosome, that is translocation. Translocation is a kind of chromosomal rearrangement in which a block of gene from one linkage group is transferred to another linkage group. As it is mentioned over there that a block of gene is translocated to another or transferred to another linkage group, it means that the translocation takes place between the non-homologous chromosome, because the homologous chromosomes together form a one linkage group. Say for example, there is a one linkage group having genes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and a block of gene containing gene B and GC is transferred from this very chromosome to MNOPQR. As a result, after the translocation you will get one chromosome. This very chromosome will have the deficiency of this gene because it has been deleted from this portion, and now it will become A, D, E, F, G, H, and this is the chromosome on which this part is translocated. This is non-homologous chromosome having different kinds of the genes, or you can say the linkage group. So, it will have this inserted part from this chromosome, a block of gene containing B and C. So, it will become MNBCOPQR. Now, if you look at because of this reason that this chromosome was earlier having large size, it has become shorter now as the block of the gene has been deleted from it, and this chromosome was otherwise shorter than this chromosome, but it has become the longer now because the deleted part of this chromosome is inserted into this chromosome. So, you can say that this is basically the interchange of the part between the non-homologous chromosome. It is different from that of the crossing over, because the segment of the chromosome are also transferred from one chromosome to other, or the segment of the genes are translocated from one chromosome to other by the crossing over, but crossing over always takes place between homologous chromosome, but this is taking place between non-homologous chromosome. So, it is different from that of the crossing. We have an example. We have a disease called the chronic myelogenic leukemia, in which excess number of WBCs are produced by the bone marrow. It results by a translocation from chromosome number 9 to chromosome number 22. A gene called the ABL is transferred from this portion of the chromosome number 9 to this portion of the chromosome number 22 in the human being, where the BCR gene is located. Now, once this block of the gene is translocated to this part, what happens then? Basically, because of the new combination of the gene, new positional effect, that is BCR and ABL, the number of WBCs are produced much more in number as compared to the normal number. So, it is a type of cancerous type of disease. So, now this 22 chromosome is called the Philadelphia chromosome, and basically the exchange takes place between these two, that this portion of the 22 comes to this, and this portion of this chromosome 9 goes to this. So, this is how that it is the interchange of the part between the non-homologous chromosome. as far as the types of translocations are concerned, depending upon which part of the non-homologous chromosomes becomes detached and reunited, you have the various types of the translocation. Say for example, one translocation is simple translocation, in which the detached part is attached to the end of the other non-homologous chromosome. So, this is the simple translocation. This type of translocation is very rare and is caused by a single break, that is, this chromosome has a break after 4. So, the gene block having the gene 5 and 6 is translocated and is added to the end of the other chromosome, where no break was required, because the because the translocated part has added at the end of the normal chromosome. So, it occur because of the single break only. Then you are having the shift translocation. In the shift translocation, the segment is detached from one chromosome after having two breaks. Say for example, break between AB and CD will lead to the deletion of this part BC and will be inserted into a new non-homologous chromosome where only a single break will takes place. That is, the break will takes place between N and O, and the translocated part will be inserted between N and O. So, in total, if you look at, there will be 3 breaks, one break in the N between N and O, and the 2 breaks, one break between A and B and other between C B, so that the B and C block may be detached from this chromosome. Then you are having the third type of translocation called the reciprocal translocation. In the reciprocal translocation, both of the chromosome exchange their parts. Say for example, this is the chromosome, its AB block of the gene will be transferred to this MNOPQR, and MNO block of the gene will be transferred to this ABCDEFGH chromosome. Say for example, you see the result now, that the MNO has been transferred to this and it has become MNOCDEFGH, and the AB block from this chromosome has been transferred to this. So, it has become now the ABPQR. So, because both the non-homologous chromosome have reciprocally exchanged the part, so it is called the reciprocal translocation. Now, if the say for example, in this the part that they have exchanged are unequal, but somehow if the part exchanged are equal in size, say for example, if this chromosome was giving 2 block of the gene, 2 genes sorry, then it must also give the 2 genes. So, the size must remain same. If size of the translocated part of the chromosome will remain same, it will not affect the length of the chromosome. As a result, it will be called the balanced translocation. Now, this is imbalanced translocation, because you see this chromosome was long enough and this was short, but because it has taken it has given 2 genes and it has given the taken the 3 genes, now it has become much more longer and it has become much shorter than this. So, here it is imbalanced translocation, but if the exchange part will be of equal size, then it will be called the balanced translocation. Reciprocal translocation may be of 2 types. Say for example, this is a pair of non-homologous chromosome. This is one pair of the chromosome homologous and this is another homologous, and with respect to one another they are the 4 chromosomes which are non-homologous. This pair is non-homologous to this pair. Now, if the exchange of parts takes place between both the chromosome of the non-homologous pair, that is, you can see that both these blue chromosome have taken the part from the yellow, and both the yellow chromosome have taken the part from blue. So, it means here both the chromosome of a pair are involved and they have exchanged the part. This is called homozygous type of translocation. But sometimes what happens, that among the pair of a chromosome, only one chromosome exchange the part. Say for example, blue, from this blue has remained normal and this yellow has remained normal, but one chromosome of this pair and one chromosome of this pair has taken the part, the blue has taken the yellow part and this yellow has taken the blue part. Now, in a homologous pair, one chromosome has exchanged the part, so it is called the heterozygous translocation. There is another type of translocation which is called the multiple translocation. That means, here if you look at the two pairs of the homologous chromosomes are involved, sometime what happens that the translocation between many pairs of the non-homologous chromosome takes place. So, that is called the multiple translocation, and this has been studied in Drosophila and Enothera, where the translocation between more than two pair of the chromosome has taken place. Now, let us study what will happen to the chromosome during the meiosis, that how they behave and how you will be able to detect the translocation and what is the cytology of the translocation. You can say that by looking at the cell, what will be the orientation of the chromosome during different stages of the meiosis. Now, if the translocation is homozygous, it cannot be detected, because you know both the chromosomes have exchanged the equal parts. So, both will pair normally, they will form the regular bivalent. But they may influence the phenotype, because the position of the gene is disturbed over there, like you can see in the previous. Again you can see that though they can pair with one another, this homologous pair with one another, because R has corresponding to R, S is corresponding to S, T is corresponding to T, but the position of the gene is changed. Earlier it was having the GHI, now GHI is there and PQR from this to has translocated to this. So, there is a positional change. Due to positional change, you may find some phenotypic effect, but these will be the non-lethal, because the whole complement of the genes are present, though in translocated part, but in total genome all the genes are present. So, no deletion is there, no addition is there. So, they are non-lethal, they will survive. If the translocation is heterozygous, then we can detect them, because they will form the cross shape. This is the heterozygous translocation. You can say one chromosome remain normal in both the non-homologous pair, and one chromosome is affected because of the reciprocal translocation between these two. So, this is the heterozygous translocation. Heterozygous translocation will form a you can say cross shape during the Pachytene stage after pairing. In why they will form the cross shape? Now, you can look at this cross shape configuration will be the result of the equal pairing, that is the pairing between exact genes. Say for example, once it will start, say for example, this will start pairing with this. Okay. Once this will start pairing with this and this will start pairing with this, what will happen then? You can see over there that you are having one chromosome that is normal. This is the normal chromosome A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, A, B, C, D, E, F. Corresponding to it, it has G, H, I, D, E, F. So, G, H, I, D, E, F is this chromosome. Now, F will correspond to F, E will correspond to E, D will correspond to D, but you will not find their ABC. So, what will happen that this DHG will get its counterpart from this normal chromosome. So, this normal chromosome having the segment GHI will pair with this, and JKL of this segment will have its corresponding part over there JKL, but the ABC of this part will match with the ABC of the first normal pair of the chromosome. So, because the pairing is exactly between gene to gene, when you will match the genes, you will see that it will be a cross shaped configuration. Then in the metaphase stage, if you look at once this cross will be formed, and later on when the chromosomes will start arranging them on the metaphase plate, you will have the ring like structure. Either the ring will be twisted ring like this, or it will be an open ring. Both these rings will be formed by the 4 chromosomes. Now, you simply take out these chromosomes like this and this and this and this, you will come to these type of the shapes. Then during the anaphase stage, when the movement of the chromosome will takes place towards the opposite pole, what will happen over there, that 3 types of the configurations may be possible. One is called alternate, other is called adjacent 1, and other is called adjacent 2. The alternate means here you are having on one towards the one pole of the chromosome, both the chromosomes, normal chromosomes are going, and towards the other pole of the this metaphase, the spindle apparatus, you are having the translocated chromosome. This is also translocated, this is also translocated. So, alternate means at one pole of the metaphase, at one pole of the spindle apparatus, you will have the normal chromosome, and the other at the other head you will have the translocated chromosome. Then the adjacent 1 configuration is also possible. Adjacent 1 configuration is the configuration in which 2 non-homologous centromeres are orienting towards one pole. So, similarly here also this is non-homologous centromere, this is also, these are also non-homologous centromere, they are orienting toward this pole, they are orienting toward this pole. As a result, you are having one translocated chromosome and one normal chromosome on one pole, and again one normal and one translocated chromosome on another pole. Now, then you may have the adjacent second configuration. In the adjacent second configuration, you are having the homologous centromere oriented towards one pole. So, here again they are homologous, because you see both the homologous, both the centromeres are represented here by the black, and here both are represented by the white. So, they are homologous because they have the same gene sequence around them. So, in this way also they have the one normal and the one translocated chromosome on one part, on one pole of the this spindle apparatus, and here again one normal and one translocated. So, this is again having the same result, that it will have the one translocated and one normal like this, but here you are having the homologous centromere on one pole. Similarly, here also, here you are having the non-homologous centromere. Now, the result of this alternate configuration in the during the gamete formation is that all the gametes are functional, because all will have the normal complement of the genes. Say for example, these two are normal chromosome, no problem at all. They are translocated, but the total number of the genes and the are same, and the even the genes are equal. Say for example, A, B, C is there and D, E, F is there. So, in total if you look at it, this gamete, you are having the no deletion at all. So, like GHI is there, JKL is there, though it is translocated, but nothing is deleted, nothing is added. So, this gamete will also be functional, but the result of the adjacent 1 and adjacent 2 will always lead to the deficiencies of the and the you can say the duplication also. Say for example, here in this gamete you are having ABC in duplicated part, but here you are not having the this GHI, you are not having the GHI part of the chromosome. So, some genes are deleted, some are duplicated. So, it will be the they will be the non-functional gametes. Again here you can see this is the normal chromosome, but at opposite end you will see that you are having the ABC. So, JKL is present in duplicated form, but you are not having the EFG gene. So, you are having deletion of them. So, again this gamete is also non-functional. Similar is the result if you will find here also, like this is the GHI is present in duplicated form, but you are not having the ABC over there. So, again you are having 3 genes less. So, deletion part is there. So, this gamete will also not function. Here also you will find that A, B, C, D is present at single dose, D, E, F is present at the double dose, but you are not having the GHI is there, JKLF is not there. So, deleted part is there, it means again this gamete is non-functional. So, it means if the chromosome will orient like this in adjacent 1 and adjacent 2, all the gametes will be non-functional, and if they will orient in a in this fashion where alternate arrangement will be there, this will lead to the functional gametes. So, let us look at the significance of the translocation. Translocation may cause change in the morphology of the chromosome, as we have seen in the previous cases, that if the exchange parts are of not equal size, they will change the shape of the chromosome. The longer may become shorter, shorter may become longer, or longer may become more longer, and shorter may become more shorter. And they also bring change in the number of the chromosome, and by doing so, how they change the number of the chromosome, that sometime what happens, that they fuse the two chromosome, particularly the acrocentric chromosome. Acrocentric chromosome are those chromosome in which the centromere is located at one end. So, these chromosome may fuse together, and thus the number of the chromosome may reduce. If the number of the chromosome will reduce, it will change. This will lead to the formation of the new variety or the new species. Say for example, in the Drosophila virilis, which is you can say the ancestral form of this Drosophila, or the ancestral species of the Drosophila, you are having the complement total number of chromosome 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs, and the 1 pair is present in the dot. 5 pairs are present in the rod shape, and 1 pair is present in the dot. So, in total you are having the 6 pair of the chromosome. What happens then, that this X chromosome, the translocation between X and the 5th pair of the chromosome takes place. As a result, what happens, that these X chromosomes may become this V shape, and the total pair of the chromosome, it is the whole translocation, that means whole chromosomes are fusing with them. So, because of this fusion, the X chromosome now become the V shape, and the total pair of the chromosomes is reduced. Now, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So, out of 6 only 5 pairs are there, because 2 pairs have joined themselves because of the translocation. So, this is the formation of the new species called the Pseudobascura. Then again the Drosophila willistoni still have only 3 pairs of the this chromosomes, because there is a further fusion of the another pair of the chromosome. So, in total if you look at here, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but here it is 3. So, because of the fusion of the 2 pair of the chromosome, that is because of the translocation and the fusion, you are having the new formation of the species, which is the willistoni. So, it is how that the translocation brings the change in the number of the chromosome and the formation of the new species. Translocation in nutshell and reciprocal translocation in particular are very important factors in evolution of number of plants, particularly Datura and Enothera. Why? As they may not involve a loss or addition of the chromosome material, but simply makes new arrangement of the genes. Let us understand from here also, the arrangement of the gene is changed over there. So, because of the positional effect, that earlier the DEF was present along with the ABCD, but now it is present with the GHI, and likewise you can consider this case for JKL or GHI also. So, this new arrangement of the gene always lead to the formation of the new variety or the new species. But whenever there will be this type of the arrangement, so individual will not survive. So, it will survive only and only when the gamete will be either having total normal type of the chromosome or the translocated chromosome, but in the having the total number of genes are equal. So, it is what written over there, that they may not involve in loss or addition. So, you can see over there, there is no loss or addition of any segment of the gene in a chromosome. So, but simply makes the new arrangement of gene. So, new arrangement is there. Because of the formation of the new arrangement, the genes the action of the gene may go modified, the expression of the gene is modified because of the positional effect. As a result, you may find that new species are formed. Thanks. This is all about the translocation, one of the structural chromosomal changes that we have discussed till date. So, this was the fourth structural chromosomal changes, which is called the translocation.